In this video, we're going to talk about how you can retire early with real estate investing. So I want you to imagine this. You don't have to work because passive income pays for all your needs and wants and even more. You get to spend time with who you want, where you want, meaning you get to travel when and where you want to. And you choose to work. You don't have to work. That sounds great, right? But the whole world tells you that you have to work 20 to 30 years to get to that point. Now, the good news is there is a better way. I'm here to give you the steps to retire early with financial freedom and do it in less than 10 years. Hey, I'm Arianne, and if you're new to my channel, our goal is to provide weekly videos on money, investing, and real estate to help awesome people like you reach financial freedom ASAP. So, 5 years ago, my husband and I were living the dream. We had good jobs, but we had $50,000 in debt, and we wanted to have the freedom to travel, visit our family overseas in the Philippines and New Zealand. Now, thankfully, because we were two naive 20-something-year-olds in our late rebellious phase, we thought that, hey, there must be a way to retire early in 5 or 10 years instead of 30. And so we researched and tried a lot of things. And you know what? We actually did it. We achieved financial freedom 5 years after we started. And now we can enjoy all the boba tea and Korean barbecue we want, even as we visit family overseas. This is the life. Just kidding. Now, I don't want to give you the impression that life's perfect. It's not. Life's great, but there are still challenges. And that's a topic for another video. But having to work for money is no longer something we have to worry about. And I want to share the 3 steps we took to go from $50,000 in debt to financially free in 5 years with you so you can plan to retire in 10 years or less. If we can do it, you can too. First of all, let me just define retiring early and financial freedom. So to me, those are synonymous with each other. They mean that you have passive income, which is money that comes in that you don't need to work for, and that money pays for your needs and wants or more. Now, let's talk about the 3 steps to retire early. Step number 1, set your yearly passive income goal, and we can call that the PIG or PIG. So think about what number are you looking to spend each year to not have to work. And I like breaking this down into 3 different financial freedom levels. So level 1 is when passive income pays for all of your needs. Level 2 is when passive income pays for your needs and wants. And level 3, passive income pays for your needs, wants, plus an extra $10,000 a month. So pick whatever number that's going to be and take that number and multiply that by 1.3. And that 30% is money you will reinvest each year to account for a 2% inflation rate. And so when you multiply what you're going to spend each year times 1.3, this is your yearly passive income goal or your yearly PIG. So for this example, let's say we think we'll need $40,000 to pay for our needs to get level 1 financial freedom. We're then going to multiply that by 1.3 to account for inflation, which equals $52,000 as our PIG or passive income goal. Step number 2, we're going to get the Financial Freedom Fund number. So how we do this is we divide our PIG by our target rate of return. And let's put that at 7%. So $52,000 divided by 0.07 equals $742,857. That is our financial freedom fund to be able to spend $40,000 each year. So that 7% is the target rate of return on our investment, and 7% is very conservative. If you're already investing in something that gets you stable returns more than 7%, then use that number instead. And some of you might be asking, well, how can I get a 7% return? Well, I'm going to talk about what you can invest in at the next step. Also, I have a calculator you can use to help with these calculations. Check out the description below for a link, and that'll get you a calculator and a video on how to use it. Okay, step number 3, invest in stable return assets. Now, this is very, very important. I want you to understand that investing in stable return assets is super important, because if you invest in volatile assets, which is assets that the value goes up and down a lot, your road to financial freedom will be a lot longer and can be a lot more stressful. So I'm going to link this video on why that's the case down in the description, and you want to check that out. Okay, so I also want to share some tips, right? So you want to invest passively in real estate, because that's one example of a stable return investment. And you might be familiar with REITs, right? That can get you a passive income or dividend of between 2 and 5%. Well, you can actually cut out all the middleman and the fees that the REITs need to pay for by investing in the same assets that those REITs invest in. So how do you do? You can either partner with them or lend to them. So you might be asking, how do I find them? First, start with who you know. Integrity is the #1 factor you want in investing with someone. So if you already know someone, then you're a better judge of their character versus someone you don't know. And the likelihood is you know or know of someone who invests in real estate. So you want to reach out to them and just ask them, hey, how can I invest with you? And they likely will give you an option to either partner with them or lend to them. And that should get you at least a 7% return. Now, you can also buy your own real estate deals yourself. It's just going to take a little bit more work. Well, sometimes a lot more work. So we'll touch on that later. The other thing I want to mention here in step 3 is you want to aim to invest at least every year or every time you have $30,000 to $50,000 in investable capital. And once you invest funds that equal to your financial freedom fund, then now you have financial freedom. Now you have passive income that pays for your needs or whatever it is that you calculated, and that's it. All right. Yes, congratulations. You have financial freedom. So now that you have financial freedom, you can find out what you really want to do with your life. You know, this is where the fun begins. What are you going to dedicate your life to now that you don't have to work? You choose to. Okay, so that was simple, right? 3 simple steps. Now, what I outlined earlier is the completely passive way to do it, right? You mainly invest with another investor. If you want to put in more work and spend more time, or if you don't have a lot of cash to invest, you can add some other strategies like house hacking. This is a great way to start for people who have limited cash. You can also buy your own rentals, or even buy your own rentals using the BRRRR strategy, and that allows you to speed up your growth by using the same cash over and over again. And my next video are going to be about those specific strategies, and I'm going to go through them step by step. So if you want to learn more about those, click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know as soon as I upload those new videos. And I upload 2 new videos each and every week. While you wait, check out the real estate investing playlist on my channel. I have other videos there already. And if you want a more detailed video on exactly how our journey went from $50,000 in debt to financial freedom, then go and check out the video of our story and journey I shared down in the description. Okay, so here's our quote for the day. One day or day one, you decide.